Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and if you've been following the channel for a while, you know, just a few months ago, I changed my rack and tent setup. I went to a full height rack so that I could run a new wedge tent. I wanted to try that style tent, and you may have seen in a couple recent videos me talking about how that wedge tent was having some challenges for me. And you may also notice this is a different wedge tent. I have changed tents. The previous tent that I had, the Global Road Outdoors Aegis 2, great tent, fantastic construction on it. Everything in it was really nice. But I'm 6'1", and on paper, it seemed like that tent was going to work for me. I think it was 82 inches long. I may be off on that, but I think it was 82 inches long. And I'm 6'1", so that's what, 73 inches tall, if I'm doing the math right there. So sounded like, you know, that was going to fit. That sounded like that was going to be doable. Well, that wasn't the case, because with the wedge style tent, a good portion of that, you know, foot area isn't usable, especially when you have size 13 feet. So I found myself not getting very comfortable in that tent because my feet would touch the roof down there at the corner. So I did mention that in a couple of videos and wasn't real sure what to do about that. So I've switched. This is the iKamper BDV, or Blue Dot Voyager, just BDV for short. iKamper did reach out to me and asked me if I would be willing to try the new BDV. It's a quirky tent, and I accepted that with a little bit of caution, with a little bit of reluctance, because of the quirky features that I'll go into here in a minute. But long story short, if you want to just skip to the end, I'm actually loving this tent. It has surprised me in so many ways. So I wanted to make this video and just give you a full walkthrough of it. It's a little bit different construction than you'll find in any other wedge style tent. Their choice of materials is a little bit different. It is what I think is the thinnest wedge style tent that you can run. It's only 7 inches tall, which I really like the profile of it on my Gladiator. So let's get into it. The construction on this tent is an aluminum frame, both top and bottom, with I don't want to say plastic, but a composite shell that fits into it, which makes for a very unique, pretty lightweight. It's only 170 pounds for this tent, and it is 90 inches long, so it is longer than my previous tent, and it actually works. This shell seems to be holding up very well. It's got T-tracks, both top and bottom, so you can put little eyelets like this to hang things from. The ladder mounting, you can move it all around. You can even move these crossbars around if you need to change the positions. You can take these in and out. You can see I ran lights along the top of it. The struts are incredibly beefy and do a great job holding this tent up. And the hinges, they're solid. They're just very, very solid. One thing you can count on iKamper for is just really good quality materials that they use to put their tents together. So the quality of the struts, the quality of the frame, and the fabric on the inside, which I'll show you in just a second. I mean, iKamper does knock it out of the park with their quality. Let me open this tent, show you how quickly it sets up, and then I'll walk through some of the quirkiness of it and just get into why I've actually very much fallen in love with this tent. To open the tent, there are 2 latches here that do secure up out of the way if you need them to. And pull the bungee down. I mean, as with any wedge style tent, I mean, that's pretty much it. You do have 2 poles here that are optional, and I'll show you why they're optional here. But 2 poles. And if you're running the standard mattress that comes with the tent, I mean, aside from, you know, putting the ladder up, you're done. That is all there is to it. It is just that fast, and it's just that fast to put away, as I'll show you here in just a little bit. But I absolutely love how fast this tent is to set up. Because sometimes I get in the camp late at night, you know, when you're changing camp locations each night, having to deal with that with any tent, a rooftop tent or ground tent, just having to deal with going through the process of setting that up can become annoying. And having a tent that sets up this fast is just freaking awesome. I absolutely love it. Let me show you around up here what we got. So this is the inside of the tent. As you can see, all my stuff is up here. I keep 2 pillows. One is inflatable and one is not. The ladder stores up here. All of my bedding stores up here. I am using a different mattress from the standard mattress that comes with this. This is iKamper's upgraded mattress. They call it, this is the RTT Comfort 7850. It is an inflatable memory foam mattress that is just incredibly comfortable. I've been using these inflatable memory foams for a while now in my tents. This is the first time I've run the iKamper version, and it is solid. It is absolutely fantastic for a mattress. Best night's sleep. I mean, these mattresses are more comfortable than my mattress at home, which some would say question my mattress at home, but it's a good mattress too, and I love it, and I sleep really well on it. But I just love sleeping in my tent with this mattress. But yeah, everything fits in here. The pillows, the mattress, all my bedding, everything is here. As you can see, there are pockets in each corner that you can, you know, stuff your clothes that you're not sleeping in, stuff dirty clothes down there, just to keep it out of the way. That actually is quite nice and handy to have those pockets down there to put stuff outside of your sleeping area. Let me set up the ladder now, and I'll come in here and just kind of walk you through some of the stuff with it. As I'm getting the ladder down, this was something I thought was really cool. So this is an optional boot bag that you get from iKamper. So this is not the bag that comes with the tent and comes with the ladder. And I thought this was an absurdly large size for a boot bag, because it's got enough room in here for 8 pairs of shoes. Which I'm like, who's bringing 8 pairs of shoes with them camping? But after I looked at it, I realized that the boot bag holds the ladder. So, you know, if you are at camp and it's maybe super dusty, or it rains and so the ground is turned to mud, and you know, you don't want to put a dirty ladder up in your tent when you close it all up, you've got this. So the bottoms just fit right down in there, and then this secures over it, so the inside of your tent isn't going to get dirty from the bottom of your ladder. You can see how clean mine is. And I just think that's, I just think that's brilliant. So props to iKamper for providing an unnecessarily large boot bag that doubles as your ladder bag. iKamper does have these little pins here, so your ladder is secure. I know other rooftop tents just have little hooks, and it is possible for potentially for your ladder to fall off. So these have the little pins, and then that secures your ladder in place. The ladder's not going anywhere now. I do use my ladder at this probably more of an angle than what most people would, because I've got this box that the ladder has to come out around for. But you got to give props to iKamper for their ladders. I don't know how well you can tell. The feet are actually angled ever so slightly, so that when your ladder's at an angle like this, and even if you're barefooted, this is not uncomfortable to climb up. If this were like a typical ladder, like my last couple ladders have been, this would be, in line with the angle of the ladder, and that's not very comfortable to climb up on. But this makes for a very nice, comfortable climb up into the tent. Now, the two main quirky things about this tent that I thought was just that I honestly didn't think I was gonna like, are one, the floor of this. The floor of this is kind of crazy. There's just fabric here, and this is what is under the tent. There's fabric right there, and then laying on top of the fabric is just a piece of corrugated plastic. That's the floor, is a piece of corrugated plastic, which I thought was not gonna do well. But after spending several nights in this tent and having it for several weeks now, you don't notice. I mean, there's no reason to have a whole aluminum floor in a tent like this, because it's got all the crossbars underneath it to support the flooring, and you don't notice it at all. I thought, it would give and it would move and you would feel the floor kind of flexing and stuff, and you don't. You don't at all. So the fact that it has a corrugated plastic floor doesn't matter one bit. So I was shocked by that and pleasantly surprised by that. So that's not an issue. The other thing, and this was my biggest concern, is that as you can see, the tent material here, it's not attached to the roof structure, as far as glued to it, mounted to it. It is attached with these little eyelets here all along. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 eyelets on this side, 4 on the other side. And so I was very concerned that this would not be very rigid, and that in the wind it would move and flap and just really be an annoyance. I am very happy to say this thing handles the wind very well, surprisingly so. And it's actually been kind of cool with how this mounts. The BDV tent is, it was designed to give people almost a budget option if you want to save a few $100s. I think it's maybe like $600, I can't remember. But if you want to save some money, you can get this and you can assemble this yourself. So that's kind of why this is designed the way this is. I did not do the assembly, but it actually works. I mean, it legit works. The fabric in here is quite tight here in these joints. I've actually, it's got little loops in multiple locations on here. I tied this piece of paracord here so that I could hang my iPad or hang my fan. And as you can see, I mean, it's pretty darn tight. It doesn't flap around in the wind, and I'm just really stinking impressed by it. The quality of iKamper's material is, I mean, it's the same that they use in their other tents, which is some of the best tent fabric I have ever felt. It's very thick. It's actually more of a cotton style canvas, and so it's just a very nice quality fabric. The quality of iKamper's zippers that they use, the quality of their mesh. I mean, iKamper is definitely a premium rooftop tent brand, but they've got the materials and the quality of materials to back that up. So you may notice that there's some random Velcro strips on each side here. There's a zipper up here along the top. There's actually a zipper going around the awning entrance there, and some more Velcro. iKamper has a line of accessories coming out for this tent in the very near future. I actually saw a couple of them at Overland Expo Pacific Northwest. And so this zipper here and these Velcro pieces, they have an awning, like a legit awning that's going to come out from the top of this and provide a good amount of shade and shelter out from your rig. And it just zips on here, and it's got some poles to stand up, and it Velcros here. And I can't wait to get my hands on that awning. I think that's going to be incredible. And so they've got a whole line of accessories coming out for this that they've designed this to accommodate. And I think it's going to be pretty awesome. They haven't released them yet, but they're coming. So that's going to be really cool. One feature iKamper has worked into all their current tents is the fact that the openings, like this one, they do it on their window coverings on the SkyCamp. Is you don't have to use the poles. If it's a beautiful night and you're not worried about rain and don't need the rain fly portion here, the poles are optional. It's got pull cords on the inside that you can use to raise this up. So you can just pull that up out of the way, which I think is awesome. Slide that up there. Whoops. And now I don't have to worry about that, and I can just have this open. And if you saw my San Rafael swell video, just being able to have the view from here when you're up here in the tent and you've got this amazing view out here, as big as this opening is, it's pretty freaking incredible to wake up to that in the mornings. So I love this little feature. You just got this little pull strings here, and you can cinch that up and tighten it down, and you don't have to worry about the poles. So let me show you why this tent works for me, being 6'1". I mean, do my feet touch the fabric down here? I mean, yeah, they do a little bit, but it gives. I mean, look, I can move the fabric all around, and so what I thought would be, kind of weird for a tent like this actually works, because this doesn't bother me at all. My feet may, my toes do kind of touch it, but it doesn't hinder my movement, which is awesome. They also thought about how to store the poles. If you're not using them for the window awning here, they've got this pocket right here that you can use to to keep your poles up out of the way while you're sleeping, which I thought was pretty handy. And you can't close the tent with the poles in there. So for pole storage while the tent is closed, they've got a little zipper pouch right here on the side, and so your poles fit in there if you want to keep them out of the way. And then just boom, now your poles aren't flopping around in here. They're tucked in out of the way in this little compartment, which is pretty nice. Another little thing that I was concerned about is the fact, you know, some tents have lights pre-installed on them. Well, the fact that this, you know, has a soft roof, there's really no place for that. But they did not, they didn't leave you hanging, because they did think to mount a little hoop there. So it's very easy to just, you know, bring your own light and hook it in there, and boom, now there's a spot for having a light in your tent. And they've got other little hoops. You know, so it wouldn't be too big of a deal to actually run some string lights in here if you wanted to. That would be pretty easy to do, because you even have the little loops here in the corner for you to be able to do that. Now let's take a look at the top of this, because the way this is constructed, they've got some optional mounting brackets that are coming, and a solar panel designed specifically for this tent. So you can have crossbars, you can mount solar panels to it, you can mount bike racks to it. With the struts, it can hold, you know, a kayak up, no problem. You just have a lot of flexibility with this tent, and I can't wait to see some more of the accessories that iKamper comes out with. You may notice right up there, I'll try to zoom in on it, right there at the top, right there. There's actually a grommet up there for you to be able to run wires, you know, from the bottom up through the top of the tent, and, you know, pass wires down through there. So I thought that was pretty cool for the solar panels and you know, whatever you may want to put up there. But they definitely designed this with modularity and expandability in mind. And, you know, the construction of this, it's very lightweight for the size and what it is. I've been very impressed. Now let me show you how quick this is to put away, including dealing with the ladder. I mean, it is just that easy. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, the BDV, or the Blue Dot Voyager. It does come in two sizes. This is the Duo. It also comes in a solo or a single size. It's a little narrower, basically a twin size bed. This is a full size bed up there. So it does come in two different sizes too. But I'm curious, what do you think? I really like it. It's different. It's very different. It is very well made though. So it has surprised me in how much I enjoy this tent. I can't wait for my next trip. Just got back from Oregon. Can't wait for my next trip. Well, when this video comes out, I may actually be in Colorado, or it'll be a week later. I'll be in Colorado for 5-6 nights, and can't wait to sleep in this in Colorado. Open up that back window, have some epic views. Oh, it's gonna be great. If you would, like I said, let me know in the comments what you think. Ask any questions that you have. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not, help us reach that goal of 100,000. I'm excited to get to Colorado because it's stupid hot and humid here, as you can see. So if you like what we're doing and you want to support the channel, gain access to special content, special events, all of our GPS data from our trips, campsites, waypoints, routes, that sort of thing, check out the Patreon link in the description. And for Ozark Overland Adventures merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time in the tent. Bye.